welcome to another episode of When We Are Healed. Today's topic is something that's been a major catalyst and teacher on my journey, which is chronic pain. To give you a background, I've had debilitating low back and hip pain on and off since my days as a dancer. During the most intense episodes, I could barely move. And it eventually led to my decision to leave dance as a career. Thankfully, the pain has subsided considerably since then, and I have not had major episodes for many, many years now, but it has remained a chronic soreness and vulnerability where certain things, certain movements could aggravate it, and that I have to care for on an ongoing basis. I've also had a chronic skin condition since I was about 10 years old so that's 35 years now, where the skin gets very inflamed, itchy, and flaky. And, itching is just a lower grade pain. So I've had quite a bit of experience with chronic pain, and it can be so challenging to have almost constant pain in your body as you go about your day and all the things that go with it, right? But through ongoing practice, years of ongoing practice, I have learned to see and experience chronic pain and disease very differently. And as a result, my relationship to my own body and the sensations that we call pain has been shifting from that of fear, resentment, and guilt to more of love, compassion, and harmony. I can honestly say that I would not be where I am today if it weren't for everything I went through with this chronic pain. I would have never learned to be with myself, love and accept myself the way I can now if this pain hadn't called my attention. And I can even say that I'm truly grateful for that gift. So even though these pain and symptoms have not been fully resolved in me yet, it feels really important to share what I've learned with you, because I know I'm not alone in this, that many of you have been going through some sort of chronic pain or challenge. If it's not physical, maybe it's emotional, like depression or anxiety. And the current medical system can be very limited in treating these chronic conditions. Most of the time, it's about managing the symptoms and keeping it, quote unquote, under control without addressing it at the root cause. And it can be very disheartening and disempowering to be told that there's no cure for it and that we're going to just have to live with it, manage it, keep it under control. And that can be so exhausting. So I'm going to go into what is pain and why do we suffer, 3 perspectives that were helpful to me in shifting the way I experience it. I also share a very simple but powerful practice that I use when there's pain present in my body. And finally, some resources that I can recommend with all my heart. There's all these amazing teachers and scientists sharing that you can address these chronic pain at the root cause through a mind-body approach. And I'm so excited to share those with you at the end. So, what is pain? It's a sensation that we feel in our body. Even a so-called emotional pain is actually a feeling in the body that you can tune into when you bring your awareness to it. Depression might feel like a heaviness over your head and shoulders. Anxiety might feel like a Fluttering in the stomach or tightness around the chest is different for everyone. And we tend to think that pain equals suffering, but that's not necessarily true. Think about getting acupuncture or massage, both of which I love. We may experience pain during the treatment when they insert the needles or press on a tight muscle, right? But most of the time, we're not really suffering from that. In fact, back when I used to work as a licensed massage therapist, people would often talk about exquisite pain or good pain, right? Like the pain that they feel during the massage where the tension's getting released and it feels painful, but it feels so good, right? There's that saying, what is that? It's so good it hurts, right? So pain, the sensation in and of itself, does not cause suffering. That was eye-opening to me when I had that realization. It's actually the thoughts, beliefs, and stories that we tell about ourselves about the pain that causes suffering. I'll give you some examples of the things that can come up in me. Why is this happening? What's wrong with my body? Something must be wrong with me. I am damaged. My body's betraying me. I can't do anything I want to do. I don't have time for this. I'm so ashamed that I even have this. I should be able to heal this. I need to keep this under control. Other people are getting better. Why can't I? It's so unfair. I'm scared. It's going to get worse. It'll never get better. I'll just have to live with this. And my life is ruined. Nothing ever works out for me. God has abandoned me. Ooh, that was a pretty long list, but I wanted to share with you just to bring to the light the kind of thoughts that cause the suffering when there's physical pain present. And it has nothing to do with the pain itself. I found it very helpful and cathartic to just bring my awareness to all these thoughts and beliefs, to write them all down, to just be honest and just call them out like it is, instead of trying to be positive or spiritual and pretend everything is fine, I'm happy. And to have deep compassion for the pain that I'm feeling and the part of me that's so scared and hurt. And as with everything, it's by bringing things to the light of our awareness that the healing can begin to unfold. So there's 3 more perspectives that I found so helpful in shifting my relationship to my body and pain. So the first one is that who we truly are is pure consciousness. We are not the body. We are not the pain. We are the one feeling and witnessing the sensations in the body and the pain. So just the fact that we can feel the pain means that we are not the pain and that we are bigger than the pain. And the second perspective is that everything is energy, including pain. So all pain, physical or emotional, is energy, and energy is meant to move, to flow. And chronic pain is simply energy that's been stuck in the body and it's trying so hard to move. That's all it is. What keeps pain in place is, first of all, our resistance to it, judging it, fighting it, ignoring it, trying to fix it, pushing it away, stuffing it down, suppressing and repressing. When we do this, we are energetically contracting, closing, and clamping down. And that's how the energy gets stuck in the body. And weirdly enough, we can even become attached to the pain and form an identity around it, telling ourselves all sorts of stories about what the pain means and how our lives suck because of it. Just like the list of, stressful thoughts that I gave you earlier. And holding on to these thoughts and stories further tightens the grip around the pain. And most of the time, all of this happens unconsciously, and we're not even aware that we're doing that. But again, when we become conscious of it, when we become aware of it, then we can invite healing to happen. And last perspective I want to share is that pain is our own cry for love. And this is an extension of the energy idea. Pain is a part of us that we've judged and pushed away. The more we try to push it away, the louder it gets because it's trying to get our attention. It's alerting to us that we're holding on to something painful: fear, anger, shame, blame, guilt, grief, a story or belief that's limiting us and hurting us. Our true nature is infinite love. So anything that's not love doesn't feel good. Anything that's limiting does not feel good. It's painful. And what does pain force us to do? To take a pause, to feel, to slow down, to breathe and rest. It's like the body, that part of us, won't let us get away with continuing to push ourselves harder and harder when what we really need is rest and compassion and our own presence. So if pain is energy and it's our own resistance to it that keeps it in place and stuck and makes it chronic, how can we begin to release it? The tricky part is the release can't be forced, right? We can't kind of like will and power our way to let go of the pain, to kind of shoot it out of our bodies. It has to happen through love, loving awareness, breath, and surrender. So I'd like to walk you through a actual practice that I do. It'll only be about 4 to 5 minutes. And it's something I do whenever there is pain or discomfort present in my body. And you can do this even when you don't feel any pain necessarily. It's a way of being with yourself, being fully present with yourself, and loving and nurturing yourself. You can do this sitting up or lying down or even standing. And I find it easier if I close my eyes. So if it's safe to do so, I invite you to close your eyes and turn within and see if you can say hello to the pain, the sensation that's getting your attention, as lovingly as you possibly can. Hi there. I see you. Give it full permission to be there. You can notice all the thoughts that come up around it, the labels, the diagnosis, how long it's been there. But just notice those thoughts and see if you could just let them pass like clouds in the sky. Focus on the physical sensation, the pure physical experience of this sensation you are calling pain. And beginning to soften your body the best you can and breathing deeply down to your low belly. As fully and deeply and slowly as you can. Feel your belly expand with each inhale and soften with each exhale. And imagine that with each breath, there's a space that opens up around the area of pain that gently begins to grow. You are holding a space of non-judgment, deep love and compassion for this pain. You're allowing it to be exactly as it is. You're not trying to change it. You're not trying to heal it. You're not trying to make it go away. You're simply giving it space. so it can move as it wants to in its own timing. You may notice a shift in the intensity of the pain. It might subside. It might actually intensify. If it's intensifying, all you need to do is breathe in a little more fully, a little more deeply, even just 2%. And imagine sending love to the pain through your breath. Thank you, pain, for getting my attention. I had no idea that I was hurting so much inside. I had no idea I was pushing you away this whole time. I had no idea how tightly I was holding on to you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I see you. I hear you. I'm listening. And I'm willing to receive whatever it is that you want to share with me. Thank you for reminding me to love myself, to be present with myself, to give myself the gift of my own presence and love and compassion. You can continue to breathe and simply be with this pain, with this sensation, for as long as you like. And whenever you're ready, gently come back and flutter your eyes open. How did that feel for you? So all you're doing is becoming fully present with the pain, with love and compassion. And your true self, the I am presence, the divine intelligence in you, does the rest. The hard part, for me anyway, is to let go of the agenda, of the attachment to the outcome, to not do this to make the pain go away, but to simply love and nurture myself. It's like when you give someone a hug, you're not really expecting that hug to result in an outcome of some kind, right? You're just giving them love. It's the same thing. Trying to force the release, trying to make the pain move and go away would not be love. That's not what love does. That's trying to control, and control is the flip side of fear. And fear, the resistance to love, is what creates and keeps the pain in place. And that can be tricky. That can be really tricky, I admit. I still catch myself with a little bit of that tight grip of, I really, please, like, I'm loving you so hard. Please move. Yeah, the one who wants to control, the one who wants to make it go away, she's still there. And when I notice her, then I can love her too, the one who's trying so hard. So whatever arises, love that. Now, if you resonated even a little bit with what I shared today and would like to dive in further, I have 3 amazing teachers I would like to recommend to you who's really changed my life. And they all have this mind-body approach to healing and so well versed in the language of non-duality and unity consciousness. So I'll introduce them one by one, and you can find all the links to their websites and resources in the show notes. The first teacher is Lisa Natoli. She is a Course in Miracles and non-duality teacher who was the first person to really open my eyes to this perspective about chronic pain and illness. And I highly recommend listening to episode 11, where she was a guest, and she is sharing about her incredible story of awakening to her true nature through an autoimmune disease that she was told was quote unquote incurable, and how through her presence and welcoming of all the pain and the symptoms, all the symptoms eventually went away and she experienced a complete disease resolution. I love and admire Lisa, and the episode that she was a guest on is one of our most popular episodes. So I highly encourage you to go check it out, episode 11, if you haven't already. And another teacher who has been a huge inspiration to me, especially in the past couple of months, is Dr. Kim Deramo. She's the founder of the American Institute of Mind-Body Medicine, and she's also someone who was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease that was supposedly incurable, but then she used these mind-body practices to heal herself. And she teaches people how to connect with their inner power, which is the source of all healing, in a way that's very practical, tangible, and accessible. What I love and appreciate about Dr. Kim is that she bridges science and spirituality so beautifully and seamlessly. Her background is an ER doctor and an osteopath, and her work is based on scientific research and her own experience treating thousands of people. I just completed her 21-day program called the Instant Elevation, which I highly, highly, highly recommend, especially if you're working with chronic pain, fatigue, illness, anxiety, and are ready to shift that. I've experienced so much emotional and energetic release and shift just in the 21 days, and I'm feeling more in harmony and in tune with my body than ever before. And last but not least, I have to mention Dr. David Hawkins, because he's one of my absolute favorite spiritual teachers. And the book I recommend, he's written so many books, but the book I'm recommending for this specific topic of chronic pain and illness is Letting Go. He talks about the scientific mechanism behind surrender and presence and why it's literally the answer to everything in life. It's so amazing. Dr. Hawkins himself was cured of a myriad of debilitating, painful chronic health conditions, mainly by using this mechanism of surrender. This book gets me fired up and gives me so much hope about life and humanity, and realize that we've been conditioned to believe in limitation after limitation after limitation. But once we can begin to bring our awareness to those limiting beliefs and surrender ourselves to whatever emotion, pain, uncomfortable sensation that's here, then so much could start to open up in our lives, in our areas of health and wealth and relationships. So Letting Go for me is a must read. Letting Go by Dr. David Hawkins. So thank you so much for tuning in today and following along with me. I would love to hear from you. How did this land for you? Was there anything new that you learned? Any ahas? Or maybe some questions? You can go to our Substack at whenwearehealed.com, episode 16, and leave me a comment. Thank you for walking this path with me. I'm sending you so much love. May we meet all pain, trigger, and discomfort with softness and curiosity. May we embrace all parts of ourselves with the deepest love, compassion, and understanding. May we gently breathe ourselves open and allow our truest divine essence to shine through. We are blessed, we are guided, and so it is. If you enjoyed this episode, I invite you to come check out our Substack at whenwearehealed.com, where you can subscribe to keep in touch and get show notes emailed to you. Sending you lots of love, and I'll see you in the next episode.